Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Noel A. Figueroa, also known as the Anointed Pen, and I welcome you all to the 2025 Poets with Purpose Black History Month Open Mic, where the theme is for this year, we will not be erased, disgraced, or replaced. I am your host, Noel A. Figueroa. I am a poet, author, blogger, workshop facilitator, and event host, and I have established Poets and Purpose back in 2018. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with Poets with Purpose is a group that I created, which my main goal for it to be, it's a community of poets and poetry lovers. And there's some goals or main purposes that I have for Poets for Purpose, and they are as follows. One, to have community exposure to poetry and spoken word. Two, to develop communication and presentation skills. Three, build confidence as a writer. Four, to find inspiration and be a source of inspiration. And number five, having the potential or opportunities for project collaboration. Now, this year's theme is We Will Not Be Erased, Disgraced, or Replaced. As efforts continue to diminish or erase entirely the contributions and existence of all people of color in this country, we must remain vigilant with being secure in our identities, preserving and sharing our history, and telling our stories. We will gather together to use our voices through poetry or spoken word to uplift, inspire, encourage, and empower. We will not be erased, disgraced, or replaced. So tonight, as we go forth, I want to encourage all you poets and everyone in our audience to continue to use your voice, continue to be secure in who you are and who God created you to be. And let's not let the current climate intimidate us from who we choose to be. We're not called to fit in, we're called to stand out. And I encourage us all to just do it boldly and with the fullest of confidence and assurance. There's slight changes in the order of the program, so I'm calling Mr. Terry E. Carter to step to the mic first. But before that, I'm going to share his bio with you. Terry E. Carter is a gifted writer and speaker. Terry is also a classically trained poet whose literary influences range from Shakespeare to the Harlem Renaissance. Terry is a husband, a father, and an ordained deacon and arts minister. He enjoys taking contemporary life and faith experiences and translating them into word pictures that engage people in a truly unique way. His insightful lyricism cuts directly into the heart of problems of spirituality, race, culture, and social justice. He has published 6 volumes of inspired poetry, including the newly released Brown Skin and The Brilliant Sun, a poet's opus. Terry is a cancer survivor and has an amazing testimony about his family's many trials with that dreaded disease. He has finished serving a 2-year appointment as Medford, Massachusetts inaugural poet laureate. Terry is married to Teresa J. Carter, and the Randolph, and the Randolph, Massachusetts couple has an adult daughter, Maya N. Carter, currently pursuing a theater career in Brooklyn. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Terry E. Carter. Good evening, Terry. How you doing?
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Thank you, Noel, for having me and for having us, giving us this opportunity, excuse me, on your platform to um to continue to do just what you said, to continue to show folks that we won't be replaced or disgraced, um, that we will continue to use our voices to speak truth to power, and to continue to inspire, especially the younger folks around us, that there is hope through the struggle. But there is a struggle. Make no mistake about that. And this is a great platform for us to be able to do that. So I appreciate you having me here tonight. So I got a couple of things I want to do, a couple pieces, and I'm going to start with a piece I call Boiling Point. Um, We poach people in this cauldron of language and slowly cook out their humanity. We add xenophobia and labels like aromatics and spices. Those immigrants don't belong here. Those illegals steal our jobs. Them strangers ruin the neighborhood. Damn foreigners run the country. We crush people in this crucible of race and grind their spirits with a mental mortar and pestle. Domestic terror sells ads on Facebook and Twitter. Black lives don't matter. Brown lives just shatter. Jews have even been forced to scatter. Bullets fly. Watch the blood spatter. We confine people in this closet of gender, this metaphysical morality blender, this stay in your lane exclusion extender. L and G, B, T, and Q, where is the pink and where is the blue? What is wrong with all of you? We pose people in this cabinet of religion. Why is he sitting in my pew? Why is that priest still fondling you? The confession booth and the pulpit too. What happened to all the salt and light? Must Islam and Christendom always fight? Who gets to speak for the Lord tonight? The voice on the left or the voice on the right? We scald people in this pressure cooker of identity. What do we do with the not like me? What do we do with the difference we see? Why can't we value diversity? Does the soul really have an identity? Who are they and who are we? We've cooked out our humanity. How did we reach this boiling point? How do we breach this breaking point? Why are we held at knife and gunpoint? How do we get to the turning point? What great leader can we appoint? What new Messiah must we anoint? Can anyone get us out of this joint? It's an awful and persistent bind, an entire country so maligned. How can so many be so blind? Where is the mercy we need to find? What of good and where is kind? Is it disease in the heart or is it the mind? Who will the Savior leave behind? I don't have answers to all of this. As the drain swirls down to a dark abyss, and affection is feigned like a Judas kiss by a spiritual kinship that's gone amiss. Where is this place of eternal bliss? I can't even smile as I reminisce. Who are these demons that howl and hiss? In this quest for beloved community, the truth must speak to the powers that be. The builders must back away from walls and repair our bridges, our homes and halls, where souls may gather in covenant, and leadership pours from government, and travelers take the road above that leads to trust and faith and love. Right. So that's that.
Powerful poem.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's powerful.
Yeah. So we lost a titan amongst poets in our community not very long ago when Nikki Giovanni passed away. And as a former poet laureate, I've been a member of a group of Black poet laureates across the country, the Black Poet Laureate Society. We had an evening quite like this of tribute to Nikki Giovanni, who many of us, and I'm sure many of us on this call, drew major inspiration from as we were coming up and trying to perfect our craft. She was a divine sister, and so one of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that I wrote something in tribute to Nikki Giovanni, but I kind of took it through a different door. I kind of reimagined Nikki as a member of the Harlem Renaissance, because that's the period of poetry that is extremely meaningful to me. As a historian and a poet. So hopefully you'll like this. This is called Nikki and the New Negroes. Nikki Rosa would have been right at home in the Harlem High Times, right at home in that era, in that environment, in that epic, in that element, in that ecosystem, on those streets, on those sidewalks, on those corners, in those alleys. She would have moved like a petite behemoth, among the giants of negritude in the new order of Black pride, Black power, Black arts, Black energy, Black mythology, Black manifestation, Black only, Black unapologetically, Black truth. She would have owned her own little slice of Harlem heaven and been the rose growing persistently through the cracks on Lenox Avenue, blacktop, block, or brownstone stoop. She would have smoked it, drank it, and popped it just for the sensation, the slight inebriation, just for the moment, and then slipped away, disaffected and undetected. Yeah, she would have been her, or they, or them, before pronouns pronounced her musings, her choosings, and her disabusing. She would have been a favorite of Langston and County and Toomer and Gus Savage and Brother Claude and Senor Arturo and Vandersea and even that ubiquitous white boy, Van Vechten. She would have had a standing invite to the Dark Tower and been a confidant of Madame Amelia, Godfather Locke, Queen Josephine, Lady Day, and Emperor Jones. She would have penned lyrics for the Count, dined with the Duke, rhymed with Cecil, rapped to Blake, scattered with Ella, slid up to Bojangles, and danced the night away to Chick Webb's Savoy Ballroom Big Band. The Renaissance would have breathed even more heavily, sighed even more lustily, laughed even more heartily, sang even more soulfully, cried even more dolefully, and dared even more audaciously had Nikki Rosa been in the number. The new Negroes would have known her name had Nikki Rosa been in the number. The Renaissance would not have been the same had Nikki Rosa been in the number. And that again is in tribute to the divine Nikki Giovanni. Okay, so I wanna deal with this as I have in past poems with this whole notion of who's an immigrant and the alienation that's taking place right now, the demonizing of immigrants by the government and in the attempt to eradicate in many ways systematically immigrant communities, particularly immigrant communities of color. So here's a piece that's called Alienation. Here is a fence without a gate. You can't get in, you have to wait. You can't be foreign or somehow strange. This isn't your home, home on the range. You can't arrive in a rickety boat. Our castle has a treacherous moat. We won't host refugees at our door. You're not the sort we're looking for. Take good note, we stay on guard. We don't want you in our backyard. Despite the dangers you seek to avoid, our best deterrents have been deployed. You say your country's full of peril, but like stray cats, we think you're feral. We think you're prone to filth and crime. We don't want either at this time. We don't care what the nations say. They won't do more than hope and pray. Our stance is clear on human rights. Lock the door, turn off the lights. You saw that statue in the bay. It stood for liberty until today. It welcomed tired and huddled masses, not criminals from your underclasses. We've got militias on the border. They own big guns to help keep order. Law enforcement lets them stay to help keep your kind at bay. Why do we feel that this is good? Why can't we share the neighborhood? Is it because you're black and brown? No, we just choose to stand our ground. Stay in your place, deal with your issues. We'll send lots of coal and tissues. Don't form caravans and run. You'll find yourself in the sight of a gun. There are no streets here lined with honey, lined with gold. Our eyes are closed, our hearts are cold. There is no flowing milk and honey. American skies are not that sunny. The fences we build keep aliens out. They serve to keep our faith devout. This land we scheme to make our own, it's ours, you see, and ours alone. As long as you stay on the other side, we can maintain our national pride. Please don't show us your anguished faces. We're cutting back on other races. We've had enough of global inclusion. We're ridding this country of race confusion. We know how to win these fights and limit all these civil rights. Safety nets and the welfare state will have to stop for the lost and late. A rising tide that favors the rich. That's our favorite campaign pitch. Me Too movements and Black Lives Matter, in all due time your ranks will scatter. You think that you shall overcome? Just cross this line, we'll give you some. We'll give you a taste of burning churches and black boys hung from oaks and birches. We'll give you a taste of incarceration in prisons.com, the corporate plantation. We're taking this country back to a time when a brown life wasn't worth a dime, except for the way it worked in the field, except for a bushel of crops to yield. We're taking this country back to the day when white meant right in every way, when men of privilege could rape and beat and kill for spite, then lie and cheat. We're taking this homeland back to a season when hooded marauders needed no reason to hunt folks down with rifles and dogs through the lonely woods, the swamps, and bogs. When Confederate flags were boldly raised and crosses in the darkness blazed, and the land was full of racial hate, served with grits on a breakfast plate. You thought this worm had surely turned, and young black bodies no longer burn. Yet here you are again today, with the specter of prejudice winning the day. The MAGA caps we wear with pride, they let us know who's on our side. That pointed hood and long white robe, fine clothes for the xenophobe. Perhaps this place that immigrants covet can somehow heal and rise above it. Until that day, our best advice to call this home, you'll pay a price. You'll pay a price as many misguided embrace the hate their voice provided. His Twitter rants and sound bites full of ethnocentric cock and bull. You'll pay a price as higher walls lead great climbers to greater falls, where fences are the new condition announcing the immigrant's abolition. This isn't our nation's greatest hour, this flexing of white supremacist power. And yet, the season is fully revealing the stain of hatred we've been concealing. So take good note and be on guard of deadly traps around the yard. Our agents are on high alert to keep you foreigners off this dirt. Tolerance is in short supply. We won't let your kind occupy this sacred land our forebears built. We don't subscribe to Anglo guilt. This fence was built without a gate to keep out all who come here late. To all you aliens, we don't like strange. No room at the inn in our home on the range. Okay. No, do I have time for one more, or should I let folks move on?
Yeah, I think you did 3 already, so you got time for one more. You had space for 4.
Okay. All
That's
right.
cool.
This will finish it up real good. Okay, so this goes to the notion of erasure and displacement, and really the theme of this evening, and it's called simply "If You Kill Us All." If you kill us all, what will it matter? Can you then live peaceably among your all-white neighbors? I think not. History has shown you to be a vengeful, violent, and voracious lot. You will soon set your sights on all that you covet on the other side, where his grass is greener, and his fruit is sweeter, and his land is more fertile. You will trumpet your virility, further suppress your humility, and repress all thoughts of humanity, civility, charity, and equity. Your rich will get richer, your poor will grow poorer. Class will divide, caste will conquer, fences, borders, and barriers will persist. Killing the Black Sea will not make you smarter, will not make you gentler, will not restore your faith, your sanity, your purity, or your perceived nobility. It will only expand your avarice, your overreaching, your psychoses, and your desire to dominate someone or something or everyone and everything. It is a preternatural sickness, some caustic remnant of ancient Viking bloodlust or a Germanic rubric of savagery born of Caucasus mountain madness and Slavic barbarism. It will not solve a problem of race. It will only hasten the purges and cleansings of your own. It will only hasten 100 new crusades, 1,000 other final solutions, and endless Jonestown separation. You'll never be satisfied with your lotter in your store. Cult, clique, and clan will always demand prideful patriarchy, frenzied feudalism, and murderous hegemony. History can hide, but cannot deny. Sociology can mask, but not evade. Facts once buried in darkness will soon come to light in the white heat of a black sun thought successfully vanquished. If you kill us all, what will it matter? The unforgiveness blackness was never your enemy. Your true demons lie within. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you all.
Nice, nice, excellent, excellent. That was Terry E. Carter, ladies and gentlemen. As always, you bring the fire and you bring the truth and you bring the transparency, brother. I really appreciate you and your work. Thank you for coming through.
My pleasure.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, for those of you that missed it earlier, I've had to make some changes in the lineup, which is why Terry this is why Terry which is why Terry went first. Millicent is having technical difficulties. I'm going to see if she's ready to log back in. So hang tight for just a moment, y'all. Thanks a lot, Terry. In the meantime, while Millie's getting situated, trying to log in, um, hey Cynthia, are you ready? Would you like to be next?
I'm still recovering from a cold, sir.
Oh, sorry to hear that, sis. I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you. I mean, it's been a struggle. I've been just recently got my vocals back, so I'm just gonna take it easy tonight and listen to all this good work and good poetry flow.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you.
All right, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Let's see. Uh, Brother Hans Mar, how about you? You ready to come through on the mic?
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Hey, bro, how's it going?
Are we good? I hope everybody's good, hydrated, healthy, staying sane and all the craziness that we got going on. Happy Black History Month. Shout out to everybody who went before me, all the poets in the room. Y'all are amazing. Shout out Mr. Noel for hosting a wonderful space and, just sharing, always bringing the vibes, and we love you so much.
Yeah, thanks, man. Much appreciated.
Oh, so I brought a couple of pieces for y'all. I went in the archives because I just feel like this is such a prominent topic. And like I said, shout out to Noel for even asking me to be a part of this conversation. I feel like it's so deep. And it's crazy how we can connect the dots through Black history of everything we've been through. So I have a couple of different angled pieces for you guys, but let's see, where is my first one? I marked all of these. Okay, so this is Surrogate 2019. Why does my Black make NYPD Blue uncomfortable? When was my Black more of a threat than a closed mind redneck? How do you explain homicide to the youth of my Black? 41 shots to the back is more than overkill. Why is my Black so easy to get over after it's killed like it never existed? Red roses, brown coffins, lined with morning dew from the eyes of the forsaken in the lands where freedom only reigns for whites, tans, and beige. My Black suffers in desert conditions, hoping, praying, wishing for equality to rain down on humanity. It's insanity that this glowing brown skin amounts to nothing more than a symbol of darkness. Our presence is haunted, haunting those who don't understand my Black. I mean, how can they? When my Black shares the same name as something that makes people afraid, is everyone a nectophobic? A fear of darkness must be the reason why the red running through my veins leaks out from the bullet holes blues and whites put in us. While orange leads with hatred, yellow capitalizes on whatever they can, green controls minds when it's not in our hands. I can't even make my fellow Black take a stand. If my Black has glimmers of gold, he wants me to be dead, just like NYPD Blue. I make them uncomfortable. My Black will forever make people uncomfortable, especially because everyone is afraid of the dark. Oof, that was one. That's my first piece. That one very near and dear to my heart. I wrote this at a very crucial time where I was actually starting to understand what full-fledged racism was. So yeah. This one I wanted to do bring something more lighter. I have two light pieces and two I guess heavier tone pieces. So this one it's another short one, but still very impactful. Cast yourself onto the land as your roots embed themselves. Grow your purpose through blazing suns and downpours. Continue to move towards the sky. Allow transformation to make space for you in places they tear down daily, from villages to concrete jungles. Black seeds. You are not an entity for harvest. You are a producer bearing fruit worth more than gold, a priceless gem. Understand your contributions. On grounds as they crumble when you walk, earth and heaven sing when you speak. In your native tongue, inflect with your tones of the ancestors, because you are creator and creation. Black seeds, make sure you are spreading yourself out. Make sure you are, everywhere we go, make sure you are standing in who you are, standing in your Blackness, standing in your truth, from your hair to your outfits to how you represent yourself. Make sure that you guys are putting Blackness out there, because they are trying to erase us, and we can clearly see that today. Let's see. I brought something a little, this is a fun, I wrote this in 2019, and I wanted to make sure that it got its time, because it never got its time because of, everything that was going on with COVID and everything. Well, 2019, 2020, but this is called Black Sitcom. What if the modern day Black life was like a sitcom? I'm talking in the house, chilling out, maxing, relaxing on cool with cousin Skeeter, sister T, and Tamara. Imagine if the Black reality was like an episode of The Cosbys. Maybe we'd all have a chance to feel complete. We all live syndicated realities. I mean, how couldn't we? What if principals cared as much as Miss Greer and Mr. Hightower? What if mothers supported their child's dreams to go to college? Hey, Miss Parker, Black sitcoms taught the fatherless to be a smart guy. so that one day you could be hanging like Mr. Cooper with a wife and kids, or living single, or family matters handled, no pained houses. We need more Uncle Bernie's Foster and Fosters to be an active member of society, the perfect screenwrite. We all want to live in color. My brother and me taking on life. What if we were down for one another like the Wayans? Had a few good friends like Pam, Tommy, and Cole. We got black love from Martin and Gina. Jamie and Fancy, That's So Raven brought the crazy along with the Hughleys real quick. 227 was black structure, a lesson in life. A black queen always has a few good girlfriends on standby. Could we really imagine life as if it were a black sitcom? Like it's not in the fibers of our being. We've all kicked it like Keenan and Cal. Slipped up a few times like Eve, couldn't stand our right hand like Malcolm and Eddie. I couldn't imagine life without a parent in the hood. Leaving me to sit up in my room like Mo to the E to the, trying to maneuver through the day-to-day to get to the good times. Sometimes we go the wrong way, stuck looking around, asking what's happening now. Life has different strokes for every Sanford and Son. It's a different world for the black youth of my generation. We always had something to look up to. Our grandparents were real life the Jeffersons. It was all of us going half and half to be a proud family under one roof, not to mention a legend shares the same name as a bestseller, Webster for the uncultured. We've been the leaders in this game. That's why everybody hates a Chris and the rest of those ethnic names. Positive black depictions keep them trying to strip us of our black excellence. Imagine if we didn't have black television. And all the color washing in the world couldn't brighten up that black history. Melanin goddesses like Aunt Viv and Dee. It's okay to be a PJ from the projects or a Brown from a southern town with no TV. We can't imagine what already exists. Our black lives are interestingly cultured enough worthy of a sitcom or a series, making our stories an unmovable legacy. Cut and print. Beautiful, Hans. That was dynamite. Black sitcom. I wanted to bring that to you guys because it really was, I feel like black culture is such a staple, you know, from the way we wear our hair to the way we present ourselves to the art, the artistry. Black artists got to tap in. And I wanted to make sure that we have that conversation. Now, black artists need to tap into, you know, the social injustices that are going on. Make our stories known, make our history known, make our history in this country known. You know, I feel like it's time for black people to really band together with that. So I'm gonna leave y'all with one more. And this is relatively new. It's called Blacks Only. It's on all streaming services. I wrote this just because one day I woke up and I was over it. Like I felt like it was like, nah, we gotta say something. We gotta do something. So Black history, Black herstory. We are not who they forcibly try to make us be. They blind everyone else, tricking them into believing that Black is at the bottom of the totem pole. A lie. Just like the American dream they sold, does the narrative ever get old? Every Black wasn't enslaved, but that's where they're focused. Whites plagued like locusts. Every time they can't do something, they start scheming off a different coast and they say we're belligerent and ghetto. I'd rather be angry and real than thief and pedo. Their church leads like real boys, Geppetto. Let's not tell the truth, something they can't manage. Oh, how often do they send in Blacks to do the job? Main reason why the country has felt divided since Obama. They can go argue with Peggy and Thomas when you can't do something right. It's automatically a Black job because who else is the foundation for culture, style, and civilization? Who else got y'all wearing hoops and braids, waves and fades, got y'all running to get surgery just to imitate their version of Black history? It's a lighthearted retelling of the hell they created, stealing countries, importing people like goods. Looking for power in the midst of survival was always a coward move. They wouldn't understand principles because we're not from the same hoods. I could keep whacking them in the head with a folding chair, but my mama taught me when enough is enough. Black people, stand the fuck up. Celebrate us like it's always time to stand on biz because real Black history, real Black herstory ain't none of their damn business. We are Black 365 days a year. The shortest month to celebrate Blackness rolls eyes. Those Napoleon complexes are the main reasons why they're not dynamite. Only Blacks will get that line. I want to see every Black life celebrating Black until it's your time. I don't give a fuck what they talking about. And that is Blacks Only. I think that's my 4, right?
Yeah,
Out for poetry.
what is that? Oh, sorry about that. Yo, that was definitely on point, bro. On point as always. Thank you for coming through with that.
Of course. Like I said, we got to make sure that we're keeping the Black stories going, the Black artistry going. It's not about perfection. It's not about, the entertainment games. It's not about none of that. It's our jobs to keep our culture alive and to make sure that nobody can cancel us out. We need to be unshakable. We need to be unmovable. And it's by remembering what being Black is. It's by, celebrating the differences and everything that makes us us, from Black queer to Black trans to, Black hood, Black gangsters. Everybody needs to get on one page and really start celebrating this. This is gold. We need to realize that if we all get on the same page, this could be a way different trajectory. I love my Black people. I don't have no hatred in my heart for Black people, but we got work to do. And it's spaces like this so we can have those conversations and bring the artistry and the bar work, the skills, all of those things to paint real realities. So thank you for the platform. Thank you for the space, Noel. You are amazing. And thank y'all for everybody who is in the room just, sharing space.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Appreciate your gift and you overall as a person, bro. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming through.
I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna be around. I want to hear some good stuff.
Most definitely, most definitely. Thank you, thank you. All right, Anjunique, are you ready to step up to the mic?
Oh yeah, I'm ready now.
Okay, awesome. All right, so let me share your bio with everybody, and then you can begin. Let me pull it up now.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Right. So here we go. This is Anjunique's bio. Anjunique is a motivational rap artist based in New Jersey. She is known for her powerful lyrics and dynamic performances. She has captivated the hearts of audiences by relating her testimony and life experiences through her music to uplift others and motivate them to move forward. Her sound blends heartfelt storytelling, intricate wordplay, and the fusion of a modern sound with a golden era feel. Anjunique has released several impactful singles, including Black Queen, Girl Work It, and Hold Up, spreading a positive message and showing a wide appeal, motivating young women, women of color, and inspiring all generations with a positive message. She has a passion to make music that relates to others. Anjunique's favorite quote by her is, "It takes a strong person to do strong things." And another quote by her is, "Womanhood is the best hood." Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Anjunique. Hey, sis. Good to see you again. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. Nice to see you too. Thank you for the platform.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thank you. Happy Black History Month for unity. Thank you. So my name is Anjunique, and I'm going to share a couple acapella songs and a couple poetry, spreading a positive message and unify all of people, because Black history is American history, and I love the beauty of that, from how we can all come together and spread a good message. So this first song I'm gonna do / poetry is called Black Queen, excuse me. um, Have you ever felt that hotness on your neck? Mama, fire it up and get that kitchen on your head. Tell you bend your ear down, let me get the rest. And every time she finished, she sprayed that oil sheen on your head. Oh yeah, she's a Black queen, but what does her Black mean? Symbolize the stretch marks as her African roots. Mama always got that hakum at her nappy head roots. Honey drip with the chocolate smooth skin, her melanin pigment glowing on her brown skin. I love to see a Black chick with some curves, but she don't have no curves, she's still a pearl. She don't need diamond or gold just to shine. Her melanin already stunning like she's so beautiful. Brown skin is her appeal, chocolate is the meal. See a Black chick, then your spine start getting chills. Excuse me. Yeah, intellect, she's a full package, the real deal, melanin queen. You know you can resist her hips when they swift clockwise. Now you want to be on her time. Black girl magic with all different shades and all different regional race. The historical of the slavery days, we came a long way. And last thing, queens, he not really your boo if he ain't see that hair nappy. I love to see a black chick with some curves, but she don't have no curves. She's still a pearl. She don't need diamond or gold just to shine. Her melanin already stun the light. She's so beautiful. Oh yes, thank you. This is my first song. It's actually my first song I dropped to called Black Queen. Love to us black sisters. Thank you. Represent. Out to the people. Thank you. This next song I was gonna do is called Brown Skin Beauty. It's a poetry and song. Thank you. Mm. And I love it that you love yourself, girl. From your kinky head to your nappy head curls. Girl, put yourself first. From the light skin to the dark skin, girl, know your self-worth. Independent black woman, that black queen right there. Independent black woman, that black woman don't crack. Independent black woman, black lady go represent. That black soul gonna strive strong, black feminist attack. Brown sugar queen mixed with a whole lot of cocoa butter. Brown sugar baby chefing up that Sunday dinner supper. Food tasting, savory, candy yam so sweet like that peach cobbler. She a brown sugar baby. Her soul so sweet like mama's soul food. His soul smooth. And if it's southern, then she has that soul love too. Searching high and low to find a soul love boo. A man of God, that's who a soul attracts to. Better half boo, mutually attract to. Bow her head and close her eyes. You a man that she attracts to, honors her natural beauty, and respect her as she should be. Being black and a woman is as hard as it could be. Respect is the main key. Flicking these phonies, loving the most high first, no man controlling me. God will lead me, guide me, and show me. And if he's a man of God, then God will send him close to me. And I love it that you love yourself, girl. From your kinky head to your nappy head curls. Girl, put yourself first. From the light skin to the dark skin, girl, know your self-worth. Independent black woman, that black queen right there. Independent black woman, that black lady don't crack. Independent black woman, black lady go represent. That black soul gonna strive strong, black feminist attack. And this song's called Brown Skin Beauty. Thank you. Praise the Lord. This other song is poem. There's two. It's my third one. It's called it's a freestyle remix for 50 years of hip hop. And this is like I did a couple years ago, but I thought it was like I talk a lot about like the history of like hip hop, so I thought it'd be cool for this one. Angelique on the beat, and she keeping it unique. She don't got time for these silly brothers trying to get up in her sheets, trying to disrespect me. Boy, bye, come with the heat. But the difference is I ain't sweating like you sweating on me. Chocolate melting and his melanin put a spell on you. Don't gotta cuss or fuss to tell the story I'm telling. Black excellence, the original 50 years of hip hop, 50 years of the culture, the future we made them hips rock. Why we gotta say the N word? Let's cancel the word. Call each other brothers and sisters, creation from earth. On that unity and then cruelty, diversity we need to see. Unity in you and me. Representing my ancestors on this freestyle song, screaming free at last all day long, even though we not really free all along. But that won't stop me raising my fist proudly and loudly. Angry black woman, well, she got sass and she classy. Angelique, I'm out. But thank you. And I was gonna end off the last poem with what does it mean to be different? Get that right now. What does it mean to be different? Well, the difference ain't much different, but they still look at us different. Even though we are one, come from God up above, why separate us with racial senses? What is love? Try and disparage our lives. When can we unify? Equalize the same minds we came from the apes' times. Why are you trying to say we're not the same? Force yourself to be colorblind. God made all of his children. Don't try to justify. Straighten my hair to be just like you and be called beautiful too. Growing up Christian, idolizing Jesus with the flowy hair. Kinky coarse hair was flowing up nowhere. And now I rock my hair down to my feet. Coarse hair stretches down, long 8 inches too. And I can style it anyway. Confidence is rising high. Cause a black woman gonna always stand and outshine. Black lives matter, but they try to divide the fact that I'm not discriminating like all lives don't matter. We got to unify to fix this matter. Accusing colored people coming, can't judge a book by its cover. I can't judge a book by its cover. Can't judge a book by its cover. Idolizing colored people coming out of the zoo, playing the animals, monkey see, monkey do, confusing the young brain cells. Racism isn't born in the youth. And that's all my poetry. Just trying to spread a positive message about unity and teaching teaching our kids at first start that racism isn't born in youth. And uplift our sisters and brothers. Thank you. Represent Happy Black History Month. Thank you. Hey, positive people. Love to you all too. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Bars as always, Anjunique, always coming through with the lyrics for days. Thank you so much for coming through. That was excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Noah. I appreciate this great platform. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Now I know Millie's been having tech issues. Millie, are you ready to come on?
Yes, I am.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Don't worry about the tech issues. Things like that happen from time to time, so don't stress it. I thank you for coming through in spite of all of that.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much for having me. I've heard everyone who's gone before me off and on, and everyone's amazing. So I'm just so happy to be a part of this.
Yeah, excellent.
Okay, so just start, right?
That's fine, whenever you're ready.
Okay, great. So my first piece is a new piece, my first time sharing it, so I'm happy to share it on this platform. It's called Brooklyn Love. Brooklyn, one of my homes, one of my heartbeats, where power hums under cracked sidewalks, graffiti streets walls, screaming stories of survival, the scent of halal trucks, vegetable carts, and subway grates, life in the raw. I walked in Brooklyn recently, and I remembered us. The way we walked Fulton Street together, the city's pulse in sync with ours, the rush of bodies, the symphony of car horns, the grit and grind that felt like home. Our love was just as loud. A fusion of jollof rice and simbasa, West and East Africa colliding in the explosion of spice and soul, and the kisses. Sudden, electric, drawing maps on each other's bodies, maps we believed led to eternity, not knowing our GPS was wrong. We danced to hip life, 90s R&B and Bilal, the music of our upbringing, becoming a soundtrack to something raw, something real. Our intimacy was unspoken in the touch of hands over shared meals, in laughter echoing through late night walks, in the rhythm of bodies moving to the beat of a city that seemed to sing just for us. We burned like Brooklyn streetlights, brilliant, fleeting, impossible to ignore, but love isn't just fire. It's the work, the excavation of skeletons we carry, unpacking bones we'd rather bury. We didn't. We let the cracks grow, let passion fill the void where dedication should have been. And so love faded. But Brooklyn taught me something. Even love that doesn't last can be beautiful. It can leave marks like paint on brick, like a skyline that stays with you. Now, I return to the scent, the sound, the grind, to the joy we shared, and the self-love I almost forgot to nurture. Because love isn't just what we give, it's the home we build within. And here in the grit of the city, I am whole. Thank you. That's my first piece. Did everyone hear me? I hope you all heard me.
Yes, that was powerful, sister.
Okay, good, thank you. We want to be sure of this reception. Thank you.
Those
Okay.
pieces were fire. That piece was fire.
Thank you so much. Okay, my next piece. Since it is Black History Month, but we know Black history is 365, and that Black history is American history, contrary to the very determined effort to rewrite history and to erase history. This poem is a published poem, and it was written about 2 years ago, and it's called Social Construct. As many times as my heart has been broken, I refuse for it to be hardened. Even as I turn on the news and I watch the TV crews cover a news story, but the same sad story of a mass shooting, Black death, a civil right, human right being denied, I feel the weight to maintain my identity, my realness, my essence, cast next to the stereotypical creation of what my phenotype is supposed to be. It is a heavy burden that causes psychological disturbance as the stress to live is real. And realizing that making it back home is an underrated blessing when you are living Black in America. The worry that affects us cognitively and has seeped into our DNA because our parents overworked and worried. Our grandparents overworked and worried as they maneuvered water hoses and dog bites. And our great-grandparents overworked and worried as sharecroppers during Jim Crow. And our great-great as they dodged whips and Brandon. And our ancestors who endured shackles and chains, the same way we are shackled to this purported American dream. American Horror Story. For each generation, we have not only seen the lynches of Black bodies who never got a chance to love more, exist more, laugh more, but the hanging of their humanity when we are subdued into compliance and acceptance of this bleak fate, that the land of the free is only free with conditions. Thank you. Okay, my next piece is it's a personal, I guess all poems are personal, right? But this one means a lot to me, so I'm excited to share it with all of you. It's called You. There was a moment in time where I wanted to capture your essence, bottle it up so I could have it. It all be mine. Sample it daily as if it were a perfume and douse myself in its fragrance. Selfishly submit and drown myself in its radiance. I remember wanted to shower myself in the waters of your ocean that hydrated the delicacies of my inadequacies. I had etched in my mind of my own existence that deluded me from knowing my own worth. You see, without you, I wasn't complete. Give me a second. Memorize this one. Incomplete because you were the missing puzzle piece to this jigsaw scrambled, battered, broken, and abandoned. Wayward was I until I realized that you coddled me like an infant on their mother's breast, milked the worries away, soothed the struggles from my mind and from my heart. I never knew the courage and strength I possessed before you, who collected my pieces every time with the gentleness of a zephyr, making sure the wind did not carry away my last bit of faith, but my prayers of survival. It was you who introduced me to the woman I could become, the woman I had dreamed, that was not fictitious, but the manifestation of what my dreams could be with well-placed intention. It was you, and to you, Mom, I will forever be grateful. Thank you. Thank you. And for my last piece, let me see. I think I'm gonna read this one. It's about love. It's called Tree. Oftentimes they talk of love as if it strikes like lightning, an instant spark, a fire ignited, love at first sight. But I wonder, can love begin as a seed nestled in the soil of possibility, a hushed promise waiting to breathe? From this tiny seed sprouts a tender stem, fragile but reaching, searching for the sun. Moments become its water, laughter its sunlight, trust its roots, sinking deep into shared earth. Branches stretch with intention, leaves unfurl in the warmth of care, each story a memory, a proof of love growing. And when that tree bears fruits, its sweetness nourishes the bond, a harvest of joy shared and savored, a testament to what was sown. Even the leaves that carry burdens, when they fall, do not disappear. They return to the soil, fertilizing the connection, making the roots stronger, the love more enduring. It does not demand storms or grandeur, nor bloom in a single night, but in steady rings of time. It stands a monument to patience, to life. So let them talk of lightning. I'll choose the seed, the slow, deliberate climb of love, becoming a tree. Thank you.
Yes, Millie, that was excellent, excellent. See, those those technical difficulties were beating you down, trying to keep you from sharing those fire pieces. So I'm glad that you conquered all tonight because those were straight up fire. Somebody
Thank
was
you
trying to
so much.
keep you from sharing those pieces, and you made it through. You conquered it all for real.
Thank you
Seriously.
so much. And I appreciate your patience and just everyone who's a part of this. I'm mega fans of all of you and your work, and just please continue to be storytellers and just truth tellers. Thank you so much for having me on. Love your platform, Noelle. You're amazing. And thank you again.
No, not a problem. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I know you were in the midst of some other things, but I thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be a part of this. I appreciate your artistry and I appreciate you as a person. Thank you so much for your support and for your participation tonight. Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Now, before I call up the next poet, I need to go over the bios of the last two poets. I'm going to be sharing Millie's bio and then Hans's bio, and then I'm going to call up the next poet. So here's Millie's bio. Millicent Ansah, fondly known as Millie, is an educator, poet, curator, host, and community organizer who has called Jersey City home for over a decade. Her poetry can be found in Soup Can Magazine, WNYC, and Teaneck Poetry Park. She believes in the transformative power of kindness and the importance of bringing high-quality adult and children's programming to underserved communities. In 2023, she launched Mocha Mic with Millie, a monthly open mic in Jersey City that serves as a safe space for Black artists and emerging artists to share their artistry and build community. Millie calls her attendees her tribe of scribes and good vibes, creating a space for unity, expression, and support. Mocha Mic with Millie is more than an event, it's a community. Millie is excited to continue her partnership with the Jersey City Library, leading poetry and creative workshops with children, and to collaborate with local businesses and partners to strengthen community ties and foster connections. Her platforms and community work have been featured in the Jersey Journal, the Jersey City Times, Slice of Culture, Bold Journey Magazine, Hatch.com, and more. Connect with her through Instagram or via email at mochamicwithmillie@gmail.com. And lastly, Hans Noir, this is his bio. Born in Brooklyn and raised in the heart of the Bronx, Hans Noir captivates audiences with raw emotion and powerful words, drawing inspiration from the vibrant streets and diverse cultures of his hometown. Hans's poetry highlights the struggles, pain, and triumphs of life. With each carefully crafted verse, Hans paints vivid pictures of love, understanding, and the resilience of the human spirit. As wordsmith Hans believes, it's our job to weave experiences into a tapestry of emotions, inviting listeners to join him on a journey through his heart and soul. Through captivating performances, this Brooklyn-born, Bronx-raised poet shines a light on the beauty and complexity of everyday life. And those are two of the 4 features bios that you've heard from tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Now, next up, ladies and gentlemen, Cynthia, also known as Crimson Red. Are you ready to take the mic?
I am ready.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for coming through.
You're welcome. Woman of origin, created from Adam's rib, sculpted by his hands, the master craftsman of all. The blueprint was complex. Only he knew what he would make. The innards designed to receive replication as he molded, engrafted, and imparted what was in his mind upon the framework of that rib. Only his hands would he shape that portion into an exquisite living masterpiece, a reflective work, a beauty mirrored, image accepted, glorious and refined, bone and flesh, presented, ever present, woman. Thank you.
Yes, excellent, Cynthia. Thank you so much. That was excellent.
Thank you. So I'm actually going to head out for tonight, but I love all of the pieces that everybody has done. And I thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for coming by, and I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you. All right. Take care.
Have a good night. All right, y'all. I guess I'll take a turn. I had wanted to do some new material for tonight, but unfortunately I couldn't finish something in time. So what I will do is pull up a couple of pieces that are still relevant to the current climate or current state of affairs, I should say. This first piece I'm going to share is called This New America. Is this the America you want me to accept? One where it's okay for me to be downgraded, degraded, and disrespected because of the color of my skin by people who are bent on believing that this country only belongs to them, yet this country was never theirs in the first place. Isn't that ironic, don't you think? Is this the new America you want me to accept, where racists, sexist, and instigators of strife and division get to be president and encourage more bold and brazen racist behavior and rhetoric with no accountability or responsibility on the part of the offenders? Is this the new America you want me to love when it's been engraved in its DNA to hate and despise me, perpetuated through the generations? Is this the new America you want me to celebrate when my people are still oppressed, stressed, through systems designed to hold us back and diminish our intelligence and contributions to society? Is this the new America I must stand for when it chooses to continually stand against me? Why must I live in a country that my ancestors bled and died for to help build and be treated like a second-class citizen? So quick to be told to go back to Africa, but my ancestors didn't ask to be brought here against their will, treated like animals and machines for profits that they never got to enjoy. Why should I go back when your ownership of this country is based on lies, scandal, stealing, and crooked politics? Is this the new America you want me to support when it's done everything in its power to systematically dismantle the Black family, emasculate Black men, degrade Black women, and convince Black children that they are no greater than the systems put in place to hold them back? Is this the new America you want me to oversee, where my people constantly have to justify their worth and scream at the top of their lungs to be heard because of the stereo of double standards turned up full blast? This new America does not and has never provided liberty, freedom, and justice for all. Thank you. So that was This New America. And the second piece is as what I would consider to be my signature poem from my book, One Man's Journey. It's called Color Me Creative. Thanks, everybody. I am more than a mahogany king engaged in a graceful dance. I am more than a caramel king with a voice not given my chance. I am every brown, dark, or light, every shade of black. I am the musician playing like blues to Bach, soul to rock, the painter painting like Renoir or like the ancestors of Africa. I am the writer with pen in hand, painting visions with words that help understand, inspire, change, and release life. I am the actor in detailed plays that tell a story, my story, breathing life into today. I can be everything and anything. I can be all that God wants me to be. My name can be in lights on a marquee. My face can be on a magazine, newspaper, or book cover, promoting my worth, my value, my substance. Color me creative. Let my abilities educate your soul and open your eyes to the truth of me being more than the sum of my parts. More than my skin color, hair color, eye color, more than who my mother is or who my father is or who my relative is. Greater than the stereotypes, typecasts, rumors, and ignorance. Greater than my trials and my pains. Color me with the colors of my talents, the shades of my intellect, the hues of my spirit. Color me creative. Thank you, thank you. So that was Color Me Creative. Okay, let's see if I could dig up another poem right quick. Let's see here. All right, cool. This poem is called Dreaming of a Different Train. I work late at night and I'm on the train at like after midnight, 1 a.m., 1:30 in the morning. So on the train ride home one night, I came up with this piece. It's called Dreaming of a Different Train. If only this was the Orient Express or an ice train zipping through Germany or a Shinkansen flying on the tracks to Osaka. Instead, I'm delegated to the depths of the IND. Instead of scenic countrysides and foreign cityscapes, flashing tunnel lights and station names are my only view with my tired eyes. Another shift of soul torture. Another ungodly hour subway ride, filled with multiple transfers and dodging the creepy night people, sharing space with other overworked and underpaid, tired night staff. If only this was a European night train to an extravagant locale full of wonder. How I wonder how long I must stay local with a global mind and heart that breaks slowly from the dream deferred. Thank you. Thank you. That was Dreaming of a Different Train. You can find that on my blog, The Anointed Pen Scrolls, at wordpress.com. That will potentially be in a future book. So before I close out tonight, is there anyone in the audience that wants to take part in an open mic and share a piece before we close out?
I'd like to share one.
Hey, Michael, how's it going?
All right, man. All right. All right.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. This is titled, you can hear me, Before You Reshackle Me. And actually, Noel, it's kind of like your piece. So you're here. All right. Hold on. Let me scroll. All right, here we go. Yes, my own people sold me into slavery. I make no excuses for their betrayal. But I don't care what was being sold at the market. Nobody made you buy me. Nobody made you sail across the 7 seas. Nobody made you examine my manhood like a buck, testing my strength for breeding, like choosing fruit at a market. You saw perfection in flesh. No bruises, no damage, just profit potential. Nobody made you count my teeth like a horse at auction, prod my muscles like meat at a market, pick over black bodies like bruised fruit, some too ripe, some too green, some too damaged to buy. Yes, my own people sold me into slavery. I make no excuses for their betrayal. Yet nobody made you measure my back for the weight it could bear. Inspect my thighs for the miles they could walk. Check my arms for the cotton they could pick. Nobody made you assess my body for the sons it could sire. Calculate the worth of unborn bucks to work your fields. Count future profits in flesh not yet ripe. Plan generations of wealth from my blood and bone. The Maori of New Zealand kept their mountains. The Aboriginal Australians kept their sacred lands. Only those with obsidian skin like mine were torn from earth and ancestry, scattered like seas in foreign soil. You ask me, in your modern day questions, to name a slave, in an attempt to prove that it was so long ago that it's time to move on. As if you didn't erase their names. As if you didn't break the branches of our family tree. As if you didn't burn the maps that led us home. Yes, my own people sold me into slavery. I make no excuses for their betrayal. You stand on the ashes of our records, count profits from broken bloodlines, guard the gates to our own history while the Atlantic holds the names you drowned. You dared to ask about my ancestors after stripping away their names, after breaking their tongues, after scattering their bones across the sea, after burning every bridge that led us back home. Yes, my own people sold me into slavery. I make no excuses for their betrayal, yet nobody made you bring me to an unknown world and plunge me into a deeper darkness where roots are severed from their soul, where my children's children will be born in chains and stay shackled forever, where my blood forgets its source, where freedom never rings. Now, the grocery store is closed. All items locked up till sunrise. No more black bodies to pick over. Put back, too damaged to buy. The price was generations lost. Languages forgotten. Stories scattered like ashes. Yes, my own people sold me into slavery. I make no excuses for their betrayal. Still, I was not here waiting on you. Nobody made you sail across the 7 seas to find me. Nobody made you buy me at all. Thank you.
Yes, that was fire, straight up fire, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. On point, definitely on point.
I'm a
Awesome.
horse, but hey, thank you. I enjoyed this. Great.
It's all good. It's all good. Be sure to share where you can be found on social media in the chat.
All right, I will do that.
Awesome,
Yes.
awesome. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Mark, you ready for the step up to the mic?
Sure, we got 1 or 2 we can do.
You can do 2 if you like.
Oh, great. Appreciate it. Thanks. First of all, thanks, Noah, for providing this platform, and thank everybody else that performed in front of me. This is some powerful messages, some beautiful messages. You know, Terry set it off, man. He did an excellent job. Excellent. So I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I got a couple pieces. Actually, I did this one piece last week at the Black History Celebration. Then this other piece I'll do after I just finished it. So it's like first shot. But this first piece called Culture Vulture. Culture Vulture, yeah, you know the type. Snatching our style, stealing our hype. Copy paste, claim that it's new. But we see through the bullshit they do. Like a chameleon, they'll blend right in. Pick your pockets while in your face they'll grin. Scavengers lurking, eyes on the prize. Smiling at you, but it's all a disguise. They pray for prey while playing pretend. They'll shake your hand, but they ain't really your friend. They feed off our culture, our soul, personality, creativity, and ingenuity to build up their bankroll. But we are the trendsetters. We set the trends that transcends and sends waves of change across the oceans. Around the globe, science and tech, we innovate. Art, music, dance, design, we elevate. Every era, every time. Check it out, Mary Van Britten Brown. Way before ADT and Ring was around, she invented the first home security. Now Ring is bringing in billions, but where's her fee? Or Gladys West, yeah, do the math. Without her calculations, there is no GPS to direct our path. She mapped it out, but got no fame. You know why? Because they left out her name. Today, drones fly high, touching the sky, but it started with my man, Willie Techman Jenkins. In 1982, his Skywatcher soared, hovering the skylines. They saw it, stole it, changed the name. Now it's Techman's no more. The original AI, you know, Allen Iverson. Nothing artificial about this brother. Braids and tats changed the game like no other. He broke barriers like he broke ankles with his crossover. And TikTok, let's talk facts. Jalea made Renegade to be exact, but it was Charlie that cashed in, made a fortune. Didn't give Jalea a portion. Built up her clout, took the bag and said, peace out. This list don't ever end of innovators that were left in the wind. No credit, no check, just cultured hijack. History tells it, and we taking it back. Watch your back. Keep your eyes open wide. Culture vultures circle. They don't hide. They take, they twist, they plot, they plan, just as they did our ancestors from the motherland. But we still rise. We still create. We still make moves. They imitate. We are the blueprint that leaves an imprint. Just look at history. There's no debate. It's poem. Thank you. Thank you. This next one here, this one here is kind of in line with your theme here too, Noel, and everybody else. Like you said, what's going on in the world today and in this country, you know, guys off the rocker. But anyway, this one is labeled titled "Not Going Back." Not going back. Hold on. It all began with a stroke of a pen, signing executive orders again and again and again, trying to take us back to 65, repealing equal opportunity and outlawing DEI. From the branches of government, we are being lynched by legislation designed to suffocate, suppress, and eliminate the minority population. It's plain to see we have an enemy that wants to see the end of people that look like you and me. They want to drag us to the past where hate and fear was built to last. But like Rosa, we refuse to go back. Like Martin, we will overcome. Like Malcolm, by any means necessary. Dropping bombs, creating shock and awe effect. But why are y'all shocked at all? He told you exactly what he do. He's told you exactly what he do in term number 2. Some are shocked. Some that are shocked didn't take stock and invest in the power of their vote. Now they have no returns on the interest. They took it as a joke. Others backed them, swore they thrived. Now they fucked around and found out it was all jive. This is 2025. We're not going back to 65. It's time to collaborate, create, and elevate. Continue to make strides, not just survive, but dominate. Since the days when our ancestors were enslaved, we have been conditioned to be in competition, you know, house versus field. This mentality is unhealthy, growing like cancer, dark versus light, brothers beefing with brothers, sisters beefing with sisters. We must break this vicious cycle that has us all acting psycho. Let's flip the script. Time to heal and uplift. Stop bugging, start loving. Quit mean mugging and shooting prisons. Look to God, self, and others to be the prism of possibility, positivity, and progress. Each one reach one. I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's protectors. Build bridges, not grudges. Unite, don't divide. We on the same team, same side. Birds of the feather. We gotta stick together. We are not going back. Fuck that. That's it. Poem.
Yes, fire, straight fire material, bro.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
That was tight. Thank you so much. That was awesome. Be sure to share your social media links in the chat. That was excellent. Hey, Michael, my apologies, bro. Michael, you got space to do another poem before we close out.
Right there. Here's a piece that I wrote 25 years ago, but I think the message is still the same. And it's titled, White Girl or Karen, What You Got in Your Bag? White girl, what you got in your bag? Does it contain the stars, the moon, or the sky? Is that why you clutch it so tightly whenever I walk by? White girl, what you got in your bag? Does it contain the ocean? Is that why you cringe in the elevator whenever I stand too close or come about? Are you afraid the oceanic tides might spill out? White girl, what you got in your bag? Does it contain the universe? Is that why you jump so easily whenever I walk behind you? Are you afraid that the cosmos might escape and collide with some other distant galaxy? White girl, what you got in your bag? Does it contain God? Is that God you've got locked up in there? Is that why you view me as a threat? Or are you afraid that I'll grab God's hand and it's you that he'll forget? And white girl, what you got in your bag? Does it contain my freedom that you refuse to release? Is it why you grip it so firmly and hold on to stereotypes that continue to oppress me? Because, white girl, if your bag does not contain the stars, the moon, or the sky, I don't want it. Because I only grab those things that enable me to fly. If your bag does not contain the ocean, I don't want it. Because I only choose those things that put my mind in motion. If your bag does not contain the universe, I don't want it. Because I only grasp those things that make life better, not worse. And if your bag does not contain God, I don't want it. Because I only take the fruit that he offers, and I'm sure you find that odd. And if your bag does not contain my freedom, I truly don't want it. Because I'm going to snatch life's breath and snippets of his infinite wisdom. So, white girl, the next time I walk by, first check the contents of your bag before you continue to perpetuate the lie. Thank you.
That was off the chain, no question. Oh my God. And it's just bugged how that still fits to today. It's like
Today, 25 years later, nothing's changed.
When Terry,
point, but
when
it's
Terry
sad,
said
though.
last poets vibes, I said absolutely.
Yeah.
That just unlocked a whole other
Yeah.
memory of poetry. Absolutely.
Facts.
Absolutely.
Nothing has changed 25 years later.
At all.
That's
You know,
And we
you
and we
know,
going back. We going back. So it really
Apparently.
ain't changed.
Michael, Michael, I had to say, damn.
yeah.
That was black coffee, hot and strong, my brother.
Coming
Well, I'm
from
going to
the-
update it. I'm
coming
going to
from
update
the-
it
the
and throw
younger
Karen in there
generation.
because I feel like I'm too old to say white girl. And I don't want to say white woman. So I'll say Karen. What you
Hey,
got in
listen,
your bag?
my generation appreciates exactly how you came at it.
And I
Mine
was about to
does
say,
too.
from the younger generation, we appreciate that too because that
But
was-
maybe I won't change it then.
I hear you,
I'll leave
man.
it as is.
yeah.
Word. That was facts, pure facts. Definitely on point, but also sad at the same time that, you know, like you said, what's changed? Nothing's really changed. It's like we live in the same moment day after day after day, and it's just bananas. But, you know, that's what we do. We're going to keep spitting the facts and keep it moving at the end of the day, you know, whether people want to accept it or not. It's still the reality at the end of the day, unfortunately. But definitely on point, definitely a powerful piece. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. Awesome, awesome. So before I close out, y'all, let's share my screen one more time because I want to take a moment. Oh, crap. Okay, boom, here we go. So I want to take this time, I say thank you. Thank you to all of my features, Hans Noir, Terry E. Carter, Millicent Ansah, and Anjunique. On point material. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate your presence and your participation. Thank you to my open mic participants, Crimson Red, Michael Anthony Ingram, Mark T. you know what I'm saying, y'all came through with just as equally powerful material. We all had something to say. We all made our voices known, and I appreciate your time and attention and your talents. Always grateful for your support, and just want to encourage y'all, you know, keep it moving, keep those pens flowing, keep speaking the truth, you know, whether who wants to accept it or not. You know, it's the reality that we're living with, and you know, we just gotta keep being who we are, keep being who God calls us to be at the end of the day. So thank you all so much for coming through. Up next, Crimson Red will be featured on season 4, episode 5 of the PWP sessions on Saturday, March 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be sure to come through for that. For more information about Poets with Purpose and the PWP sessions, you can email me at poetswithpurpose@gmail.com. Give me a call at 646-372-6230, or head to the new website for Poets with Purpose, poetswithpurpose@wordpress.com. Be sure to subscribe to keep up with all the latest updates. All of my flyers and logos were designed by the excellent team at Eclipse Graphics NY. You can find them on Instagram, Eclipse Graphics NY, or go to their website, eclipsegraphicsnewyork.com. Lastly, for those that are wishing to make a donation, you can do so through PayPal, Tap Media Man, Cash App, $Anointed Pen, or through Zelle, utilizing my phone number. And this open mic will be uploaded to the Poets with Purpose YouTube channel within the hour. So be on the lookout for that link. So you'll be welcome to, you know, catch the replay or, you know, share it with your social media followers. And with that, my brothers and sisters, as a wrap, thank you all for coming through. Thank you for sharing your awesome poetry. Y'all have a good night and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Good night, man.
Good night, everybody. Peace,
Appreciate
y'all.
you, brothers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. God bless.
Good night. God bless. Thank you.
Good night, y'all.